fellas, hello, how are we? Welcome to the start of a new adventure, and as you may have seen from the introductory video, I've been on my travels recently, fellas, and we went to Exeter to watch a game of football, and I thought, stood in one of the ends of the ground, I thought why not, a good excuse to start a Football Manager save as Exeter. It's the perfect opportunity. We've been there, we've supported the team, now we're going to build the Grecians back to the top. So I say back to the top, they've probably never been in the Premier League, but that's where we're going to try and take them. Now this is new for me, I've never done Football Manager YouTube, so we'll see how it goes, fellas. We're not going to set our expectations too high, and this first episode I'm just going to run you through the club, what's going on. In the next episode we're probably going to do a transfer special, and then we'll look to build the team from there. So if we move in, let's take a look. So we will definitely attend the meeting, why not? Let's get ready. That sounds like a good idea. Let's learn more about the club, and they would like me to develop players using the club's youth system. Yeah, we'll talk to the board about that. It's traditional to hold a press conference when signing as manager. Yes, of course, lads. Thanks for answering the questions. Okay, thanks for the introduction. No, that's fine. I don't need to compare the reserve players. No thanks in the next few days. No, I'm already familiar with the team. Thanks for your help. Right, let's get out of there. Right. No, we don't need to talk to the board. Let's move into let's take a look at, let's take a look at the squad, to be honest. So if I move over, let's take a look at some names that we might know here. So I know for a fact from the game that I just watched, Nicky Law here, just one player of the season. So he's definitely one we're probably going to build the team around, to be honest. Likes to play wide left. Could play centrally, advanced playmaker, but he might play wide left. We'll see. I might play him. It depends what system we go with. Craig Woodman, I believe, had a very good game at left back when we watched at the weekend. Who scored the goal? If we take a look here, so Exeter actually won the game 2-1, and I believe the goal scorer was Ryan Bowman. Yeah, it definitely was. So he's got some nice stats there. 14 first touch, 14 heading, 16 penalties. 15 off the ball, very good. Movement, what are we talking about here? So not bad, really, not bad. Physically, mentally, could score some goals for us. Woodman, as I said, 35. The only player really that I've heard of from not seeing them at the game, Dean Moxey, obviously, Crystal Palace, Premier League. So he's one name that I did recognise. Everybody else, not that familiar with. So we're working with a few players here. Obviously, the goalie's very good looking there. Sub goalie, Dean Moxey centre half, Sweeney right sider maybe. Yeah, good potential. So we've not done badly here. Randall Williams wide. Yeah, again, not bad at all. So we've got a few players here. So what I will do, boys, is I'm going to build a system. And then I reckon I'll come back and we'll show you what we're going to build, and then I'm going to show you where I think we need to strengthen and what sort of players I'm going to be going to look for. So I'll be back in a sec, boys, with a system made up. Welcome back, fellas. We're here. This is the system that I've gone with. So as you can see, I've sort of taken the possession-based tactic pre-built for us, but I've gone and changed it slightly. So if we start with instructions, and then we'll do the players afterwards. So we're going to play fairly wide. We got wingers in, so again I don't want to keep the team too narrow, but play out of defence, slightly higher tempo, standard passing, distribution. Centre backs are going to take it, and then we're going to look to counter press and counter. I want to move the ball forward reasonably sharpish. Defensive line is pretty standard. I've moved that away from being higher up just because I don't want to get done over the top. And then if we close this and take a look at the players that I said to you we were going to look to improve on. So where I'm looking is we don't need a new goalie. As I said before, he looks decent. Right backs were fine, we've got 2. Centre backs, I may look for 1 more. I'm not overly keen on, I think we have 3 that I fancy playing really, and no more than that. Dean Moxey is good enough, might try and bring in a left back, not sure, as we do have Woodman probably only for a year, being 35, you never know. Now Boateng doesn't love defensive midfield here, but he's actually one of our best players, and he has reasonable tackling statistic for this division at 11. and I just think his attributes mean that he could play well there. However, I will probably look to bring him in, because then Taylor, who's one of our better players, is in there at central midfield with Law. So we've got 2 deep line playmakers. I might change one of those actually. I just want a box-to-box midfielder in here. So box-to-box midfielder, deep line playmaker, defensive midfielder on defend. I feel like the balance is going to be key, so having him sit in front might help. 2 wingers on support. We've got Randall Williams. One of the positions I do want to bring in would be a winger, just because you can see a lot of single-digit stats down there aren't great. I mean, reasonably quick, that's about it. So we might look for a left winger. Right winger, we're not doing too badly here. We've got lots of 13s and 14s in your crossings, your dribblings, your first touch 12, passing 13, so pretty decent on this side actually. Lee Holmes playing on the right. And up front, as I said, Bowman scored the goal when I went, and 14 heading, 14 first touch, 13 finishing, bravery, aggression, jumping, strength 16, very good. So I think we're doing okay for centre forwards. Jonathan Forte is a name that I do recognise. Not great, not a bad backup to be fair. In sort of stats of 11 finishing, it's not bad, not great. So probably we're going to look for a rotation striker. I'd imagine looking down here we haven't got too many. So rotation striker, definitely a holding midfielder, that is definitely needed. And possibly a centre half, possibly a left back, left winger as well. So we've got some business to do, fellas. Now, this is an open idea for you boys. I've never done this before, as I said, new channel of mine. Any suggestions? I'm not very good at Football Manager. I understand I'm probably doing things wrong. I've probably got the wrong tactics on to play in this division. No idea, it's all an experiment. So any feedback you have for me, fellas, let me know down below in the comments. And I will see you next time. Again, hopefully you will have made some signings and we'll be able to get into the first league game. So thank you very much for watching, fellas, and I appreciate the support.